Welcome to Sumantra Codes, where I teach you various programming topics in an easy way. This is episode 7 of our Python series, and in this episode, we are going to learn about one of the most useful and versatile data structures in Python called dictionaries. Dictionaries are a collection of items that store data in the form of key-value pairs. A key is a unique identifier for a value, and a value is any type of data that you want to store. For example, if you want to store some information about a person, such as their name, age, and occupation, you can use a dictionary like below. Creating a person variable, name Sumantra, age 42, occupation developer, print person. Let's print it. So we have created a dictionary named person where keys are name, age, and occupation, and the values are Sumantra, 42, and developer. You can see the dictionary is enclosed in curly braces, and each key values pair is separated by a comma, and the key and the value are separated by colon. There are two ways to create dictionaries: using curly braces or using dict function. Using curly braces is the most common way, as we have seen in the previous example. You can also create an empty dictionary by using just the curly braces without any item inside it. So for example, empty dict can be created by just having empty curly braces and having no item inside it. Using the dict function is another way to create dictionaries. You can pass the key value pairs as an argument to the function, such as we'll again define the person dictionary by calling dict function and passing key value pair as an argument. Age 42, occupation developer. We run it and we get the same dictionary as we have created using curly braces. You can also pass a list of tuples as an argument to dict function, where each tuple contains a key and a value. For example, instead of passing key value pair as an argument, I can pass a list of tuples having key and value. Another entry in the list of tuple will be for key age and value 42. Then another will be for occupation and the value developer. And now if we run it, we'll get the same output. So here, dictionaries and lists are both collection of items, but they have some important differences. Here are some of them. Lists store items in a specific order, while dictionaries stores item in an arbitrary order. This means that you can access item in a list by using their index positions, but you cannot do that with dictionaries. For example, let's have a list of fruits having value apple, banana, and cherry. You can access the first item of the list by using fruit square bracket 0, as we have seen in our earlier Python list tutorial. So if we run it, we'll get an apple as a value. But let's consider if we have a dictionary of fruits where fruit name are used as key and their value is their corresponding color. For example, apple key has red value. Similarly, banana has a yellow value and cherry key has again a red value. So now if we run print fruit dict 0, it will give the key error because there's no such thing as the first item in the dictionary. Another thing is that lists can have duplicate items, while dictionaries cannot have duplicate keys. This means that you can have a list with multiple items that have the same value, but you cannot have a dictionary with multiple keys that have the same name. For example, if you have list of grades 90, 80, 70, 90, print grades, you can see that there are two items with the value 90 in the list. But if you have a dictionary of grades like math you have 90, science, you have 80, and let's say math, you have 70 again. And if we print grades ticked, you can see that there are two keys with the name math in the dictionary. This is not allowed in Python. And the second key will override the first one. So the dictionary will only have two items, maths 70 and science 80. To access individual values in a dictionary, we can use the square bracket and pass the key name as an argument. For example, let's create again a dictionary of fruits. Apple key has value red, banana key has value yellow, and cherry key has value red. So we can access the value of the key apple using fruits square bracket name of the key apple, which will give you red. You can also use get method to access values in a dictionary. The get method takes the key name as an argument and returns the value of that key. If the key does not exist in the dictionary, it returns none by default. For example, if you have the same dictionary of fruit, we can access the value of the key apple by using function fruits.getApple, which will also give you red. But if you try to access the value of a key that does not exist in the dictionary, such as orange, you will get none as a result. For example, if I change it to orange, we'll get none. However, if we use indexing method to get the value of the key which is not there in the dictionary, we'll get the key error. You can also specify a default value to return if the key does not exist in the dictionary by passing a second argument to get method. For example, we know that orange key does not exist in the fruits dictionary. So if I pass orange key as an argument in get method, we can also pass a second argument not found, and then when we run it, it will return the second argument not found if key doesn't exist in the dictionary. However, if we change it to the existing key and then run it, it will return the value associated with the key. To modify individual values in a dictionary, we can use a square bracket and pass key name as an argument, followed by an equal sign and the new value. For example, let's say we have dictionary of colors, red value, green value, and blue value. We can change the value associated with the key red to hash FF00FF by using colors square bracket red and equal to or assignment sign. Now let's print colors before and colors after. So you can see that this assignment operation will update the dictionary to red hash FF0FF from red hash FF000. Dictionaries have some built-in methods that you can use to perform some common operations on them. Here are some of them. The first method is keys. This method returns a view object that contains all the keys in the dictionary. We can use this method to iterate over the keys or convert them to a list. For example, let's say we have a dictionary of fruits with three colors, apple, banana, and cherry. So we can use fruits.keys method to get view object that contain all the keys. So if we print the output of this method, we'll get ticked keys object which contain apple, banana, and cherry. If we pass output to the keys function of the dictionary to the list function, we'll get list of all the keys, namely apple, banana, and cherry. Similarly, we have values method. Values method returns a view object that contains all the values in the dictionary. We can use this method to iterate over the values or convert them to a list. For example, for the same dictionary of fruits, we can use fruits.values method to get the view object that contains all the values, which is dict value, red, yellow, and red. Similarly, again, we can use list function to get all the values of the dictionaries as a list, which are red, yellow, and red. Next, we have items method. This method returns a view object that contains all the key value pairs in the dictionary as tuples. You can use this method to iterate over the items or convert them to a list. For example, we have the same dictionary of fruits. We can use fruits.item to get view object that contain all the items. So if I print it, we'll get a view object dict item which contains all the items as tuples of key and value pair. Similarly, we can pass it to a list function to get a list of all the items in tuple format. So we have lists of tuples and each tuple containing key and associated value to it. Next, update function. The update method takes another dictionary as an argument and add its key value pair to original dictionaries. If there are any keys that already exist in the original dictionary, their values will be overwritten by the new ones. For example, if we have two dictionaries of fruits, fruit 1 and fruit 2, having apple as dark red, guava as green, papaya as orange. Then if we say fruit 1 dot update fruit 2, so this will add the key value pairs from fruit 2 to fruit 1. And if there are update in the colors of the fruits, then it will also update the color and add the new item in the dictionary. If we print fruit 1 and run it, we'll see the apple has been updated to dark red, banana hasn't been changed, cherry also is the same, and fruit 1 has added guava and papaya, which are part of fruit 2 dictionary. Next is pop method. This method takes a key as an argument and removes it from the dictionary along with its value. It also returns the value of the removed key. If the key does not exist in the dictionary, it raises a key error. You can also specify default value to return if the key does not exist by passing the second argument to the pop method. For example, if you have a dictionary of fruits, then we can use fruit.pop apple to remove the key apple from the dictionary and return its value, red. So if we print, then we'll get the value returned by calling the pop function on the fruit dictionary. And if we again print the fruit dictionary, we can see the apple key and value has been removed from the dictionary. But if we try to remove a key that does not exist, such as orange, and run it, we'll get a key error. So we can avoid this error by passing a default value such as not found to the pop method. So if we say not found as the second parameter in the pop method and then run the application, we'll see it will print not found. And if we again change it to apple, it will return the red color if we have a key available with the value apple. The next method is pop item. This method removes and returns any arbitrary key value pair from the dictionary as a tuple. If the dictionary is empty, it raises key error. For example, we have a dictionary of fruit over here. So if we print the dictionary fruit first and then print the value returned by pop item and then again print the fruit dictionary and run it, you can see it has arbitrarily selected the cherry red key value pair and removed it from the dictionary, and we have the remaining apple red and banana yellow items in the dictionary. And the last method is clear. Clear method removes all the items from the dictionary, leaving it empty. For example, if I have a dictionary of grades which has math as 90, science as 80, and English as 70 items inside it. If I print grades before calling the clear and then call grades.clear and then print again grades and run it, you can see that grades.clear removes all the elements from the dictionary and make it empty. Nested dictionaries are dictionaries that contain other dictionaries as value. They are useful for storing complex or hierarchical data. Suppose if you want to store some information about different cars, such as their model, color, and price, then we can use a nested dictionary like following. So we will first create a dictionary associated with model of the car, color of the car, and the price associated with that model and the color. Now we can nest this dictionary as a value for a brand of car named Honda. So now we have associated a nested dictionary as a value for a brand named Honda representing its various attributes. Let's assign this to a variable car. Similarly, we can create nested dictionary for other brands. So overall, the following definition is creating a nested dictionary that contains 3 sub-dictionaries, each representing a car brand and its attributes. To access the value in a nested dictionary, we can use the square brackets and pass the key name as argument. For example, if we want to access the model of the Honda car, we can use car square bracket Honda, then another square bracket with text model, which will give you the desired output. If we print, it will give Civic. Similarly, if you want to access the price of the Toyota car, we can use car square bracket Toyota, then we'll access again the sub-nested dictionary having key price. And if we print the result, we'll get 18,000, which is the value we have defined in the attribute sub-dictionary of Toyota key. To modify the value in a nested dictionary, we can use a square bracket and pass the key name as argument, followed by an equal sign and the new value. For example, if you want to change the color of the Ford car to black, we can use car Ford color assigned to black. And then if we print the cars, it will change the attribute in the nested dictionary color to value black. Dictionary comprehension is a technique that allows you to create new dictionaries from existing ones using a concise and expressive syntax. It is similar to list comprehension, but instead of using a square bracket, we use curly braces. The general syntax of dictionary comprehension is curly braces start, key expression, colon, value expression for item in iterable, optional, if condition, curly braces closed. Here, key expression and the value expressions are the expression that define the key and the value for each item in the new dictionary. The item variables represent each element in the iterable, which can be any sequence or collection that supports iteration, such as list, a tuple, a string, or another dictionary. You can also add an optional condition at the end of the comprehension to filter out some item based on some criteria. For example, if we have a list of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, we can use dictionary comprehension to create a new dictionary that maps each number to its square, like following. So squares will define our key as the number and its value as the n to the power 2 for n in numbers. Now let's print squares. So we can see this is creating a new dictionary 1:1, 2:4, 3:9, 4:16, and 5:25. So we can also add a condition to only include even numbers in the new dictionary. For that, we have to just add if n percentage 2 is equal to 0. And then if we'll again run it, it will create a new dictionary 2:4 and 4:16. Now suppose you have a list of words and you want to create a new dictionary that maps each words to its length. You can use dictionary comprehension like this. So let's define a words list with element hello, world, Python and dictionary. Now we'll create a words length dictionary where key is a word and the associated value is the length of the word for word in words. Let's print words length. So you can see this is creating a new dictionary which maps each words to its length. Now suppose we have a dictionary of students and their grades, and we want to create a new dictionary that only contains the students who passed the exam. Let's set a condition that if grade is equal to or greater than 50, then a student has passed the exam. So we can use dictionary comprehension with this kind of a condition to create a dictionary of past student as follows. So first, let's create a dictionary of all the students and their marks. Okay. Now using dictionary comprehension, we'll create a new dictionary which contains only past students. So we'll have name as a key and grade as its value for name and grade in students.items if grade is greater than or equal to 50. This will create a dictionary of past student using dictionary comprehension. Let's print the dictionary and run it. So you can see the new dictionary contains only those students who have scored more than 50 in the exam. Now that you have learned about dictionaries and dictionary methods in Python, it's time to practice your skill with some hands-on exercise. In each exercise, you will be given a task to write a program that uses the concept that we have learned today. You can use any of the variables, data types, operators, and type conversion functions that we have learned earlier. You can also use input functions to get the user input as a string and print function to display the output. So let's write a program that takes a dictionary of students and their marks as an input from the user, separated by commas, and prints the name and the mark of the student with the highest mark using max function and dictionary methods. For example, if we enter a dictionary of students and marks like Sumantra 90, Riya 95, Aman 85, Raj 92. This will return the student with the highest mark is Riya with 95 marks. So let's start coding. Our first step is to get the dictionary of students and marks as a string from user input. So we'll have input data, input will give prompt in a dictionary of student and marks, colon. The next step is to convert the input string into a dictionary. So we'll first create an empty student dictionary. So we'll first split the input data into a set of pairs by splitting it on the function using the parameter comma. So for pair in input data dot split, we'll split it on the basis of comma, which give us a list of strings which have student name and marks. Now again, we'll split each pair into name and mark by applying again split on the pair string with parameter as colon, and then we'll add the dictionary item in the student dictionary with name as key and integer of mark as its associated value. So this functionality will convert our input string into a dictionary. Next, we need to find the name and the mark of the student with the highest mark using max function and dictionary method. To get the dictionary key with the maximum value in the Python, we can use max function with the key parameter set to student.get. This instructs Python to compare the dictionary value when determining the maximum. Let's assign it max name. Then we'll have maximum mark as student with key maximum name. And finally, we'll print the name and mark of the student with the highest marks. So we'll use F function. The student with the highest mark is curly braces max name with curly braces max marks. That's it. Now let's run the program. So we'll give Suman 97. Ravi will get an error. Oh, so we have missed S. All the student typo error 80, Abhinav 77, Ravi 9. So we have the output. The student with the highest mark is Ravi with 92 marks. This concludes our session for today. In the next episode, we'll learn about Python control flow statements. If you have any questions or feedback, please let me know in the comments below. Thanks for tuning into Sumant Codes. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more coding tutorial tips and tech insights. Hit the notification bell too. And let's continue this coding journey together. Stay tuned.